gitna na lang, sa gitna. Nabalansin mo.
Sige, kung sa may grade, ako ikuha ako sir. Commuter, ako ibukan sa imo. Sige, ako ibukan sa ito. Sige, sir.
Ding, real time, ding. Real time.
Hello.
Real time ka? Ano, 11 po 11. Okay. Pero nakano doon 23 ah. 23.
Kuna tayo, Colonel. Sige. So, good morning. Colonel, should we say happy happy second anniversary? Before anything else, just like before about this crisis, is that we have gained friends in the media. And we would like to thank you for being part of our struggle since day one and for sharing our stories tirelessly to the outside audience. So I know that you're doing your job, but nevertheless, thank you very much for staying with us. Colonel, no, Q&A tayo, but gusto ko lang i-present to you what the province had presented 3 days ago during the meeting with the Task Force Bangon Marawi. nakalist po dito yung mga proposals natin, and maybe from there you can pick up yung pwede nating pwede nating i-sustain na story. So number one, this is again part of our proposal in our appeal to the Task Force Bangon Marawi to to make us or to give us the membership status, because that's actually our appeal. Ang gusto natin is maging part doon sa Administrative Order number 3, yung composition ng mga membership ng Task Force Bangon Marawi. Our justification for our appeal really is that in terms of the ownership, I mean, there's a local ownership of the problem. So the first, I guess the first sector that really respond to this crisis really is the city and the province. So in that line of reasoning, we believe that the provincial government and the city government are entitled to assume the membership status in the Task Force Bangon Marawi. So number one of our proposal is, again, we've discussed this in our previous briefing, rationalization of relief response, to re-examine the practice of giving the same relief packages to all evacuees by different levels of government, example, the national, regional, provincial, and the city. The response must be based on actual needs and must complement one another. Two is to explore the possibility of allowing the return of some evacuees in the western part of the city declared as cleared and safe. This will enhance our effort towards recapturing and normalizing the whole city. There's already an ongoing mechanism for that, together with our military partner. Three is to encourage the surrounding municipalities around the lake to host evacuees who are originally from their municipalities, to decongest Iligan and distribute the responsibility of looking after the welfare of the IDPs with continuing support from national agencies such as DSWD, DOH, and others. So again, this is already being undertaken by the provincial government with our military partner and as well as the municipal chief executives of the 39 municipalities around the lake. So we must start the rebuilding of the economy in Marawi City and the province, which would require easing the flow of traffic of goods, people, and services. Provisions of grants, special windows from government financial institutions for loan and moratorium on repayments of existing loans for businessmen on Marawi severely affected by the crisis. We must generate immediate employment for IDPs and patronize local resources and products in every stage of recovery and rebuilding process. Here in the provincial capital, we already we already had the emergency employment. Remember, nung nagkaroon ng problema, marami sa ating mga utilities and other staff umalis na. Yung iba temporarily, but the rest nag-resign na permanently because of the gera. Especially yung mga Christian employees natin dito. So we hired from our IDPs, emergency employment, para at least meron din silang income at saka to augment the needed manpower in the provincial capital. So we already hired, I guess, mga 50 plus na mga from our IDPs. So this can be, again, this can be made into, this can be a prototype, no? If ever na magka-rehabilitate, yung mga IDPs pwede nating i-hire yon ng Task Force Bangon Marawi. So we must prioritize the restoration and improvement of utilities, the water and power utilities, including the immediate release of the just and equitable share of the province from the sale of the power generated from the lake. This is the NPC, our concern with the NPC. We must prioritize education and improve access to health services. We must secure and allow the holding of regular classes at the Mindanao State University. The AFP should make assuring the public, again, this is also in partnership with our military partner, to assure the public of the security of our students of MSU. So we must mobilize the ulama and the traditional leaders to fight violent extremism. We must develop a community-based security plan that allows the local chief executives and the community to lead and take a common position against violent extremism. We must develop alternate routes for the province to improve its connectivity to other parts of Mindanao. Meron na po tayong mga daanan dyan dito po sa may in between Sagiaran and Marawi City, may diversion route po dyan. Pwede na ongoing po yung discussion natin with our military. Of course, they need to secure first the highway para yung if ever na may utilize natin yan, hindi mapipiligro ang ating mga commuters, especially yung magdi-deliver dyan ng mga humanitarian items, na mga food items, no? So number 2, we must able to link our response at every stage of this crisis to our overall long-term development and security goals for the entire province. And we must agree on an institutional relations that brings together all levels of government, from national, regional, province, city, and municipalities, putting into operation the concept of locally owned and nationally supported planning and implementation of a recovery and rehabilitation plan. So this is connected with our appeal to the Task Force Bangon Marawi for Marawi City and Province to be included as in the committee as a member, with a member status. No? So we must design a resource mobilization plan that creates synergy in value addition for local, national, and international resources. So later on, after the briefing, I will provide you with a copy, yung hard copy, para you would see kung paano yung direction ng gustong gawin ng province relative to the rehabilitation. Because we see na baka in few days, no, baka matapos na itong gerang ito. That's why Colonel Herrera will assure us that it will, hopefully, in the coming days, matatapos. Thank you very much, Colonel. Q&A na tayo. Tanong na, Ivan, parang ang dami mong tanong.
Sir, hingi na muna kami ng update sa military operations as of today.
Well, kahapon po ay bumisita ang ating Pangulo. Nagkaroon po tayo ng intimate engagement with our Commander-in-Chief. Nagkaroon din ng pagkakataon na makausap ang ating mga sundalo, kapulisan, at makita yung mga iba't ibang armas na recover in the main battle area. Our President is very much happy doon po sa ginagawa nating major operations. Ito ay ipinakita niya ang kanyang pagpupugay, pagpapahalaga sa ating mga kasundaluhan at pulis. As of 19 July 1800, one of the significant development is the complete control of the Mapandi Street, including the Mapandi Bridge. So this was the former stronghold of the enemy, and now forces have taken that location. We have established our defensive positions in order to facilitate the maneuvers of our troops. We have also discovered 2 improvised explosive devices while conducting clearing operations in Barangay Sadok, Marawi City. This is part of the controlled area. Part ito ng ongoing clearing operations natin. Initial investigation showed that the house where the IEDs were found have been used by the Maute terrorist group. And currently, our bomb experts are conducting a proper disposition of those recovered IED. And another significant development is our continuous engagement with our stakeholders, especially the people, the IDPs in evacuation centers, engagement with local chief executives, traditional leaders, and the civil society organization. This is part of our ongoing program for the rehabilitation in terms of humanitarian efforts of the armed forces and its partners. As of today, we have recovered 525 high-powered firearms with enemy killed 427. Okay. We have incurred reports are still awaiting for the casualties for the troops, and of course the another development is the seizure of or the clearing of another 16 buildings previously occupied by the terrorist group. Yes, in fact, we have okay, in Mapandi, okay, meron tayong as of yesterday during the meron tayong one enemy body count, okay, and recorded 6 enemy killed in that area.
Sir, yung sa troops natin, ano yung running count? I understand that just...
Yeah, we are still awaiting for the casualty.
Just running count is yung last update natin. Last official count.
It's 97, yung the last. Yeah, it's 97. Okay na? Wala nang question?
60 days na, sir. 60 declaration. Sir, yung 2 months na yun, sir, ano yung lesson learned, ano yung struggle, ano pagdaanan natin sa side of the government and society ng PNP. Will you share? You mentioned this, you have shared that. So, how about yung mga struggles? Yun nga, sabi ko nga yung sacrifices ng sufferings ng ating IDPs, isa sa mga naging witness doon ang media. In fact, sabi ko nga, kaya nga ako nagpapasalamat dahil may mga areas na tulad ko, halimbawa, hindi ko mapuntahan dahil nga nakatutok tayo dito sa provincial capital. So, ang media mismo ang pumupunta doon. So, nakita naman natin yung gaano yung paghihirap ng ating mga IDPs. Every day, nag-i-increase yung number nila. Hindi lang kasi yung IDPs na ang sineserve natin ay yung mga residente ng Marawi City, but pati na rin doon sa mga residente ng ibang munisipyo.